And choose this tea bag. And when I opened the tea bag and I dumped it in and I looked at the ticket, it said, "Even a journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step." Hey guys, I'm Tim Fagan. Thanks for joining me on my YouTube channel. In order to explain the purpose of my channel, I'm going to need to tell you just a little bit of my life story. So I grew up in a pretty small town right near Chicago in the great state of Illinois, right in the middle of the United States. As a kid, all I could think about was hitting home runs and sinking jump shots. At that time, my aunt and uncle lived in California. So around Christmas, when they would come home to visit, I couldn't believe that they had suntans and they had this amazingly interesting clothes on. It was the 70s, so you can only imagine. Right away, I became a California dreamer. All I could think about was one day I want to move to California. So when I moved to California and I was living there, all I could think about then was getting big muscles and learning how to surf. Then, when I had big muscles and I was out in the water surfing, after I had done some modeling, all I could think about was going to this fantastic sounding place called Milan, Italy. When I was in Milan, Italy, modeling, all I could think about was I wanted to walk Armani's runway. Then when I was walking Armani's runway, all I could think about was I want to travel the world as a fashion model. And then, you might guess, as I was traveling the world as a fashion model, all I could think about was I wanted to be a New York model. Then, when I became a New Yorker, modeling my way around the city, all I could think about then was I wanted to be a photographer. And I wanted to party in the nightclubs all night, and I wanted to have a Andy Warhol style studio, like the Factory. Then when I had an Andy Warhol style studio like the Factory, and was modeling in New York and was a photographer and was having great parties, all I could think about was maybe it's time to get back out in the world and start modeling again. I'd really like to travel around and around the world. So I reinvented myself with my gray salt and pepper. I shot a new portfolio, I marketed it, and when I was out there traveling around the world again as a model, at one point I got a little bit burned out. And at that point, all I could think about was moving to a tropical island so I could get back to surfing and just relax and enjoy my life. Now that I've been living on a tropical island for 5 years, and it has been so wonderful, don't get me wrong, all I can think about in this past year is that I want to sing my story to the world. Now, singing is something that has been in my life since I was a little kid. It's my deepest, darkest secret. I'm a Scorpio type, a brooding, very private Scorpio type. And singing is something that I've found to be extremely therapeutic. So in my private lair, New York City on rainy nights, Beijing, China when all the other models were out, anytime I could find private time, I would just go through my songs and sing my brains out. And what I found was, at the end of that, I was so relaxed. I call it sing therapy. And guess what? Whoever you are, you're hearing this at the same time as almost all of my closest friends. Yes, I'm serious. This is a secret, private thing. So why am I putting it out here now? I'll tell you exactly why. And this is the purpose of the channel. All my life I've been getting messaging from somewhere. Let's call it source, we can call it God, however you want to describe it. That which is so much more greater than us, we really don't have words to describe. Come through me. and I get this vision and this set of visuals, and it plays in my mind almost like an obsession, really. At one point, I will start to create an action plan, and then I will start to take the steps. That engages the law of attraction. Suddenly, the people who I need to meet start to come in, and one by one, the idea grows to fruition. Now, the reason I told you a little bit about my life story is to give you an example of exactly how it works. I'm doing one thing that I had been planning to do for several years. I've gotten to the fruition phase of it. And right away, something new, a new idea. Recently, I've been thinking about what to do next. I mean, at this point in my life, there's not a lot of avenues to choose to find new growth. Singing is something that is scary for people who, have never sang in public. And certainly I'm one of those. But something so powerful, guys, has been pushing me and pushing me and pushing me over the past year. So I've been practicing and rehearsing my voice. I've never had any vocal training to this day, and this is the 19th of April of 2025. So what I'm doing on this channel mainly right now is I'm setting a 1-year goal. Let's see what I can accomplish in 365 days. So let's call it April 20th of 2026, 4/20, 2026. I love it. I hope you do too. Let's see if I can go from shower singer to the main stage. Now, I don't know what that main stage will be. I don't care. Because for me, always, the journey is the reward. And I will tell you, for younger people out there, that is not just something written in a book. That is so true. The other most powerful truth of my entire life is this: wherever I step, the path appears. And that has been true so many times in my life. Call it self-actualization, self-realization, call it setting goals, call it what you want. Wherever I've stepped, the path has appeared, but here's the catch. I have to take the first step. During times in my life when I didn't feel like stepping, when I just wanted to chill, party, have fun, relax, sing my songs in privacy, the universe said, cool, chill out, bro. Every time I've decided to take that step, the law of attraction kicks in, and it just starts, the universe starts moving things around, and it just starts happening. So what I'm doing right now is I'm stepping to the microphone. I'm taking this first step. I'm going to be extremely authentic. I'm going to just sing single takes. I'm not going to edit. My practice sessions are going to be raw. They're going to be scary. They're going to be real. Nothing fake here, guys. I'm not afraid at this point in my life to put out mistakes or put out things that are going to bring criticism. In fact, I encourage constructive criticism that I can learn from. Now, there you are sitting in your living room, in your car, in your office, wherever you are. In the back of your mind, you're thinking, what are my goals? And is there something I can learn from this guy? My answer to that is, I hope so. I hope you will join me on this journey, and I hope you will get inspiration and motivation and some ideas. At the very least, what you are going to get is you're going to get an example of someone who goes from point A to point B, because there's no way on earth with this powerful of a push coming from God knows where. I mean, I don't know how to describe her, him, it, but it is real. And the past 2 months have been just insanely powerful. I've written a whole journal. The day will come when that journal will be boiled down into these little things called songs. I will be Rubik's cubing all my writings into songs, teaching myself GarageBand, and making an album. That's a little further down the road. What I'd really like to do right now is, again, initiate the law of attraction. So calling all vocal mentors and teachers, all musicians, all Final Cut Pro and YouTube editors, all lyricists, all writers, everyone who's in the singing and vocal industry, I'm calling you now. Let's rock, okay? Let's rock. Let's sit down, let's hammer out some music together, and let's see where it goes. In the meantime, I've started a weekly series I'm calling Saturday Night Six Packs, where I pair 6 finely crafted beers with 6 exquisitely crafted songs. Each week's going to have a different theme. I started with grunge. Grunge is my area, but when I watched my own singing, I realized so much of it is out of my octave. I don't know anything, guys. I'm literally brand new at this. In fact, I also realized that some of the songs that I've been singing for years, I don't even know the lyrics to. I mean, I kind of know the lyrics, but yeah, I'm really at what I call a humble beginning. But even a journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. Now, in conclusion, I want to tell you a little story about that because it's written. I put some text into my first week six-pack series, which is just released today. I put that in because it's so true. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. So as I was writing and doing things and editing, I needed some food. I've been so busy, so I ordered from the supermarket and I got a delivery. And part of that order was I wanted to get some yogi tea. Go get some yogi tea. It's really fantastic. And on the little tickets on the string, they have these amazing quotes. Now, I usually just get one box because it comes with exactly 16 bags. 16, 1 plus 6 equals 7, the mind and creativity. Yeah, it gets deep for me. But I ordered 2 this time because I wanted a couple different flavors and a couple different feelings. I decided to open the box that was essentially the second box first. And then as I opened it, I decided, I'm going to rifle through these a little bit and choose this tea bag. And when I opened the tea bag and I dumped it in and I lifted the ticket, it said, even a journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. I hope you'll come along with me because it's going to be fun. All right, have an amazing day, guys. Please comment, please get in touch. Let's communicate.